Hey everyone, it's Michael GoosebumpsFan. I hope you're doing well today. Of course, I had a part 1 video I uploaded earlier for the Q&A for 4,000 subscribers. Once again, thank you all again for being here, for subbing, for sitting through a 3.5 hour long video for the part 1 of this video. I took a long break. My wife and I did a couple of things. I came back, got some lunch, whatever. And here I am. I'm going to make part 2. I think I have about 30 or 40 minutes left of this, so hopefully I can wrap it up pretty soon. And go back upstairs, hang out with her, watch some Haunted Mask 2, and some Cartoon Network cartoons like Billy and Mandy's Jacked Up Halloween and Bravo Doobie Doo. Anyway, and Phantom of the Megaplex from Disney. So I did a ton of like the 70 comments of questions I had. Probably about over 100 comments, I would say, or 100 questions to ask. But let's go ahead and go to the next guy. This one is Alex Hall, 1998. My first introduction to Goosebumps was the Haunted Mask episode on VHS, and ever since then I loved ever since I was a kid. And now in 2020, I purchased all 62 Goosebumps books. That's a lot of money, man, but good job. And I've been growing a collection of Goosebumps and other books like Goosebumps, and would love to show you my collection you absolutely love, just me, my friend. Then I found your channel when you first started, and I've been watching it ever since. And R.L. Stine and Alvin Schwartz were my biggest influence for filmmaking and writing because I've always loved filmmaking and writing ever since I was 4 years old. I've been writing a lot of screenplays for my film series and writing my very own horror novel series called Scary Bumps. It's like Goosebumps. This series is a passion project for my love for Goosebumps. I enjoyed writing it, it's great, and I will always love your channel. I will always watch your content. And thank you for everything that you have done so far. Can't wait to see more from you in the future. My all-time favorite Goosebumps book for me is book number 11, The Haunted Mask. Hey man, first and foremost, thank you, Alex. I appreciate you. Thank you for your support of the channel. Thank you for all the things that you post and comment and whatever. Thank you for this post in general. I love when people share their love for Goosebumps, and especially, like I've been saying in the previous part 1 for the Q&A, about Alvin Schwartz. People don't talk about Alvin Schwartz as much as he deserves. He's been gone for a while, but Schwartz was incredible, man. Really incredible. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark was incredible too, so hopefully you guys will, check him out. Give him some time. Check him out, give him your time, watch his stuff. This shirt is still acting weird, man. If you watched part 1, you know why. All right, Steven Chavez, my boy. I haven't talked to Chavez in a long time, man. All right, Steven. Congratulations on 4,000 subscribers. Also, here's my question. Thank you, man, by the way. Number 1, my first question after Goosebumps House of Shivers, do you think we're going to get another series? I doubt it. I said the same thing about Slappy World, though. I was pretty confident that would be the final one. And House of Shivers came around, and House of Shivers, so far, is pretty freaking good, man. It came out of nowhere. None of us even knew that was happening until, I think, when Fright Night was announced. Maybe not too long after that, a couple of months after that, was when we found out about House of Shivers. Nobody knew if it was a spin-off or if Slappy World was officially dead and gone. Nobody knew, so it was kind of wild to see that happen, but I would be surprised if there was another one coming. Number 2, my second question is, what other Goosebumps monsters would you like to see in the new show? Honestly, man, I don't want them to touch anybody. I don't want them to touch anybody else. I've kind of talked about that a lot in part 1 of my Q&A, but I'm a little afraid for them to mess with any more monsters at all. My last question, what other Halloween masks would you like to see from Trick or Treat Studios? If you're talking about in general and not from Goosebumps, if it was Goosebumps exclusively, I'd love to see like the Mud Monsters from back in the day. I think they have a really cool look even for a bad episode adaptation. If we're talking about just in general, I would love to see more Terrifier masks. I'm a huge Terrifier fan. I think Terrifier 1 and 2 are absolutely some of the best slashers to ever be made. And I wish Damien Leone would be able to make Friday the 13th like he keeps kind of hinting at, you know? But Art the Clown is amazing. I love that killer. He is hilarious. He's one of the funniest villains ever, up there with like Freddy Krueger. And I want more of him. I want more of him without being oversaturated. But Art the Clown would be a really cool one if they haven't already done that. I guess I would like to see them do like the new Slappy mask as well. I'm not a big fan of this new Slappy's look, but it would be cool to see that come out as well. And I guess that's about it, man. But Steven Chavez, thank you for always being here and supporting the channel for so many years, man. I see your comments pretty much on every video, and I know a lot of the time I just respond the same thing to you and another fellow named Yusuke, but I want to thank both of you especially for just being here all the time, constantly giving so many comments and whatever. I really appreciate the engagement, and I appreciate you guys being here and just being so supportive. You know, it's really cool. I appreciate you guys, Stephen. Thank you again, man. God bless you and happy Halloween. Unisan Galaxy Studio. May not remember me. I am Devil Luke. Dude, it's been a long time, man. How are you doing? I remember the whole relationship thing. You think university is worth it? I don't know about the relationship thing, but university, like college? No, not anymore. Not unless you're going to be like a lawyer or a doctor or something like that. Personally, I think that the future right now should, and possibly in the future should always be, any kind of like trade work. I really think trade work is the best way to go because you get training on the time and you get paid at the same time, not like college where you're paying to learn all of this stuff and it ends up being useless crap. Like, who needs underwater basket weaving? You know what I mean? It's just stupid. Who needs that? But moving on to your next question. Trying to become a 2D animator, but yes, I've been failing. Unison, listen. The 2D animation thing, I know quite a few people who did not go to college to learn how to do that. Not that you shouldn't. I'm not saying it'd be bad or useless. That might actually be one of the few things college could provide you knowledge on that might actually help you in the future and actually give you a job where you can actually pay off any debt you'd get from these insane college numbers. But I would say that this is possibly something you could learn on your own time. And maybe not to the best ability, but maybe enough where you could do something with it. But 2D animation is really awesome, man. If you have the talent for that, that's incredible. God bless you. I hope you do something really, really cool with it, and I hope you find some success at whatever you plan on doing with that. Yeah. Happy Halloween. God bless you, dude. Okay. Dora BFDI has 3 questions. All right, number 1. What do you think is the most underrated Goosebumps series? For me, it's Give Yourself Goosebumps. Give Yourself Goosebumps is a very underrated one. I would probably say that because I don't feel like it gets the love it deserves. I think it gets a lot more now. Ever since I started doing YouTube, I've seen a lot of people come around over the years talking about how much they love GYG. And that's cool because a lot of people, I think, were like me and didn't know that even existed. When I was a kid, I didn't know about it. When I was a teen, I didn't know about it. I didn't know about it until I became an adult making YouTube videos. So, it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. I think it is underrated. Rank all the Goosebumps books. Just kidding, LOL. Thank you for putting the just kidding. I'm trying to eventually get around to that. I've talked to people, too, about how, for me, if we had known for sure that Slappy World was the final series ever, now we have House of Shivers, but if we had only had Slappy World and Stein had come out and said, hey, I'm not making any more, then I would have went ahead and made my big ranking everything video. Every book ever. But I can't do it. I can't do it right now, because now we're one entry into a series that's starting off. We're just getting more and more, you know, so I'm sorry. Eventually you guys will see the video. God willing, I'm alive. God willing, my phone is alive and has the list still on it that I've been putting together for a while now. Every once in a while I move some things around. I don't have everything on there, like all the Tales to Give You Goosebumps books and stuff listed too, but still. Which Goosebumps villains did you want in the first movie? I kind of just mainly cared about Slappy. I didn't really care about anything else. Maybe the Haunted Mask, and I'm still disappointed with it. We got like a quick glimpse and a background of her, and that's about it. But Slappy is the main one that I wanted. I got that. That was wonderful. Haunted Halloween did a good job with Slappy too. Sometimes better than the first Goosebumps movie from 2015. But yeah, that's it. Number 3, which main character do you find overhated? Original series. Sarah Moss for me. I don't know who Sarah Moss is. For the original series, probably the kid from Go Eat Worms. A lot of people really hate that kid. I think he gave a pretty fair performance. I thought it was pretty cool overall. The brother and sister from Ghost Beach get a lot of hate sometimes, and I feel like it's kind of unfair to them. You know, children actors, I kind of think it's unfair to really go after them. Now, to be fair, they're kind of put to shame a lot of the time, especially in the Goosebumps community and the TV shows and stuff from back in the 90s. Mainly because you have so many other movies in the world that have good kid actors. So it's kind of a fair criticism of movies to have bad children actors, but I don't expect as much of them as I do like an adult actor like Brad Pitt or somebody. So that's just me. Thank you for your questions, and God bless you, dude. Dora. All right, Fallen Forever, my brother in Christ. How are you, buddy? I talk to him all the time, too. Have you watched the Spirit Halloween movie that came out last year? That is so bizarre, man. I just watched that last week. I just finished it probably like a few days ago. I want to say about 4 days ago I finished that movie. If so, what are your thoughts on it? The movie isn't great, but I liked it. It feels very much like Goosebumps to me. That was the first thing I said to my wife when we were watching it on Shudder. You know, it's actually on Shudder right now, the streaming service. And Shudder's very mixed baggy, you know, but you can sometimes get things released there that came out the year before, like Spirit Halloween that came out last year. Of course, it's a movie based on the Halloween stores here in the US. I don't know if they're in the UK or anything, guys, so if you don't know what it is, this movie probably won't appeal to you as much as it did to me, but I love Spirit Halloween stores. It's just a Halloween shop, basically, that comes up, you know, for a couple of months a year. And the movie, I'm going to tell you, I said the same thing to my wife that, you know, my boy here just said, Fallen Forever. It felt more like Goosebumps than the new 2023 show. Spirit Halloween's movie, or Spirit Halloween the movie, whatever this thing is called now, the title changed a couple of times. It's very clearly a children's horror movie, very much in the vein of like something like from Disney's original channel movies, you know? It feels like that. It's got the kind of budget for that. Christopher Lloyd is in it as the bad guy who's like a ghost, a vengeful spirit, who's haunting a Spirit Halloween store and needs a body, a human body, before midnight that night. So he's basically possessing animatronics and figurines and stuff inside of the store that are going around attacking these three boys who, on probably their final Halloween, they get to hang out at like the age of 11 or 12. They break into this Spirit Halloween store that's kind of closed down for the night, and they hang out in there. And there was a lot of heart and soul to this movie. I wish it had better practical effects. I wish it had better jokes. But the acting from all of the kids in the movie were not half bad most of the time. The parent actors and actresses were barely in the film, but when they were okay. It reminded me a lot of Goosebumps. They really took a lot of notes from that, and Spirit Halloween wanted to make a movie that was clearly family-friendly. There was nothing in it politically. There was nothing in it. It was really, really impressive to me how fun that was to watch for the most part. With that being said, the effects, the CGI, the costumes, all of that, they were bad. They were not that good, but it was above average to me, or at least right at average, because of it just reminded me of the kind of things that came out when I was a kid, again, on Disney Channel for their original Halloween movies like Halloween Town and stuff. It reminded me of that time in my life, and I loved it. It was really cool for that. But, yeah, I recommend the Spirit Halloween movie. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely something worthwhile watching as a family if you like Halloween movies to show your kids and stuff. If you're just an adult who wanted to casually see it because you like Spirit Halloween stores, it wasn't too shabby for that either, frankly. But thank you, dude. Hope you're doing well. God bless you. Happy Halloween, man. Goosebumps for Dummies, my boy. If you haven't checked out his channel too, I forgot to mention him in part 1 when I was talking about all the other YouTubers I watch. Goosebumps for Dummies is a really cool guy too. Definitely recommend his channel. I think he hit like 900 subs recently. Let me click. He's at 1.27 now. Awesome. 1.27 thousand. That's awesome, man. Great job, dude. All right, so questions. Oh, congratulations, man. First off, thank you, dude. Appreciate you, man. Questions. Which Goosebumps book from any series or standalone do you believe deserves more attention than it gets? I already kind of did that. Probably things like Ghost Beach. You know what I mean? What is the least scary Goosebumps book you've ever read? Man, Night of a Thousand Claws is... like, I can't tell if that book is trying to be scary for kids or what, but it sucks. That book is garbage. What are your high hopes, or what are your hopes for the future of this channel? Like I told everybody else in part 1, man, I'll be honest with you. Not much. I don't really have much more I can really cover for anything, so the channel is kind of dead. I know Goosebumps Aussie Fan has kind of mentioned that a lot about his channel, which I think is completely not fair to him, to himself, because, you know, his channel rules, man. I love his videos. I watch them all the time. It's just a shame to, like, you know, once you hit a certain point in any kind of community, whether it be the horror community, Goosebumps, Twilight Zone, eventually you're going to run out of content to talk about. Unless you do something big, like more varied, like let's say you're just a generic movie channel that covers everything movies, comedy, romance, horror, everything, you're kind of fine. Everybody else that has like these small niche communities, they start to run out of stuff over time. I've seen channels that have tried to make videos on YouTube. One of my favorites being Lost River Drive-In. He's a humongous Halloween fan. And if that boy ever makes any kind of videos that are not focused around Michael Myers and Halloween, it's kind of hard-pressed for him, man, because he's very much the kind of person that I'm becoming. You know, he's a little bit older than me. The older I get, the less I'm willing to spend time on crappy, artsy-fartsy nonsense from whatever streaming service pumps something out, like Shudder, Hulu, whatever. And every once in a while I get a surprise, like Cobweb, which, by the way, if you haven't seen Cobweb, fantastic type of Goosebumps-like movie. Has a lot of gore, though, just so you know. in the latter part of the movie. But really very much a Goosebumps style film. If you haven't seen Cobweb, you owe it to yourself to watch that movie. Very good. Better than the Spirit Halloween film. Everything you've heard about Cobweb, totally worth it. But I thought about covering things like that, and I feel like every once in a while with horror, kind of like Lost River Drive-In, we kind of get the chance where something comes up that's worth checking out and worth talking about, but the largest majority of the time I don't think most movies are anymore. I'm going back further and further, not just with games, but movies as well, as I said in part 1, where I'm watching a lot of old stuff. I've been getting into westerns a lot here lately. I'd love to watch more of that. I just watched one the other day called Kane's Cutthroats from like the 1970s. Really cool effects for the gore, man. Somebody gets shot and their chest just like, it was great. I loved it. It's cool stuff, man. That was a weird sounding gun though, wasn't it? I want to go back further to find stuff I haven't seen before because I'm just not impressed with most stuff that's coming out now. To me, movies are dying heavily, as I've said in previous comments in my part 1 of the Q&A. But it's a bummer, man. I want to see movies succeed. Not so much with Hollywood. Hollywood is a terrible place and always has been. But movies, I love. You know, indie films, anything. Any of that kind of stuff can be good to watch. But this channel is struggling, man, just because I really don't have a whole lot more aside from a few video ideas I have and some video ideas other people gave me to make. But it just, I don't know. I just keep putting it off. I'm trying not to rush through everything. I don't want to ruin all of this stuff too and just have nothing else to talk about. So yeah, I've debated on what to really promote as the next channel I'm going to start up or really focus on heavily. I've debated that over and over again. I still can't figure out what I'm doing with it. So, as bummer as it is, you know, just hang in there, Goosebumps for Dummies. Anybody else who cares enough to follow me to another channel too, if you like other entertainment. More than likely, whatever I decide to do will be a movie-focused channel, just because I have more fun doing that. I just don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Because everything I've experimented with, I haven't been happy with. I feel like the content quality has been kind of garbage, so just bear with me. Anyway, Goosebumps for Dummies, check out his channel, really cool guy. God bless you, man. Happy Halloween. Hope you're doing well. And let's see. I love the Tallies, 7375. Have you ever watched Natural Born Killers, and do you think they'll ever release the 90s Goosebumps show on DVD or Blu-ray together? Natural Born Killers, never seen it, heard a lot about it, heard it's good. Isn't Robert Downey Jr. and Woody Harrelson, I think, in that? I think, but I don't know. Sounds cool, sounds like it'd be up my alley, I just haven't taken the time to watch it. If it shows up on like Tubi for free, I will totally 1000% be able to watch it. As for the Goosebumps show on DVD or Blu-ray together, no, not in the US. Disney hates you, Fox Kids hated you, WB hated you, everybody hates you basically. So I feel like no, because I can't even get like a Dave the Barbarian or Brandy and Mr. Whiskers DVD out of Disney, or even a post of it on like Disney Plus where I can actually watch it, a show that I love deeply, those two shows. But I don't think they'll ever do it. I really don't. I had to, like I told a lot of you, I picked up a set that I thought was an American release, and it turned out to be a bootleg set that I used to review a lot of the episodes from. The bootleg set, for the most part, looks really good. It looks like DVD quality, you know? It's mostly VHS and TV rips, but it mostly looks really good. But it would be nice to have an official set, especially on like DVD, because I'm not a big Blu-ray guy. I get them if I have to, but I'm not a big Blu-ray guy. It's kind of stupid. So is 4K. 4K is the most pathetic, stupid nonsense. Yeah, I get the process, I get why it's supposed to be better, but you don't need a 4K scan that looks identical to something like Shazam on DVD. The versions of that, they look identical. But I doubt that we'll get the Goosebumps one on DVD and Blu-ray in the States. So, you know, there is one overseas. I think Europe had one years ago that had the movie Slappy on it. And I think Bjorn showed that in one of his videos a long time ago, around the time the 2015 movie came out, so that might still be available, I don't know. But here in the States, we've never had a set, and probably never will. It's a shame, just like the animated Spider-Man cartoon from the 90s doesn't have a series. I don't understand what the holdup is. It's one of the best, if not the best, versions of Spider-Man ever put to screen, and it just ain't happening. Oh well, bootleg ahoy. Because if it's not available, personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to get your hands on it, you know? But that's just me. But if an official set would come out, you know I'm going to report on it. If I'm alive, I'm going to talk about it, because I love it and I want people to be able to get their hands on it. Anyway, they released random episodes on DVDs and VHS tapes, but you have to hunt them down to get all the episodes. You can't even get all the episodes. That's the bad bummer about it. They didn't all come to VHS. Not all the episodes came to DVD where you could just buy individual DVDs. There were so many episodes over 4 years, and some of them considered so rough they didn't even put them out there where you could buy them. So, it's a bummer, man. I don't think you can even buy like Strained Peas or The Perfect School on DVD or anything. So yeah, you can't even get all of them, man. You might as well go ahead and buy the ones on DVD and VHS, because at least those are the good ones, you know? I want them to release a Goosebumps complete series on DVD. I agree, man. I agree. I think most people agree with you 100% about that. But anyway, thank you again. God bless you. Sorry about that, man. Hopefully they give you some kind of news eventually. Maybe Disney will get so desperate over how much people clearly hate the new show, maybe they'll go ahead and put out the set and pretend like it's because everybody likes the show. I don't know. All right, Mac G13. What's the all-time worst Goosebumps book you've read? Night of a Thousand Claws is probably it, if I had to bet. It's pretty awful. Thank you for watching, dude. God bless you. Zoe De Leon VA. My dude, how are you doing, Zoe? Congrats on 4K subs. Thank you very much. This will be a fun Halloween. Here's some of my questions. Number one, have you seen the show Breaking Bad? I remember I read this comment a couple of days ago. Have you seen the show Breaking Bad? Oh, also, I want to point out, in case you may not know, but Rian Johnson, the one director who helmed a movie you found infamous, which is The Last Jedi, directed like 2 episodes from that show. One is Fly, which people say that it's one of the best filler episodes produced ever, and one that has a perfect 10 out of 10 IMDb episode rating, which is the Ozymandias episode. Zoe, I did a little bit of research after I saw this comment. I'm glad I did so I'd be prepared for it. Rian Johnson. The reason Last Jedi was bad was because of Rian Johnson writing it. That's the issue. Ozymandias and The Fly, I love Breaking Bad, everything until the final season. The final season is so weak of that show. I will stand on that until the day I die. I love the neo-noir feel of the show. The show is excellent until that final season, and Skyler drives me nuts. I can't stand Skyler. But The Fly and Ozymandias, he didn't write those. He just directed them. I never said Last Jedi was bad in the sense of how it's directed. His writing is what the issue is here. Disney should have had a plan. Disney should have come out and said, hey, this is a bad idea. We're going to kill the franchise. But they were too dumb and too egotistical after Force Awakens and Rogue One to do that. Rian Johnson is one great director, really. And I said that all the way back to Looper. I thought Looper was a fantastic film. I still do. What bothered me more was that he's so talented. Last Jedi physically looks beautiful. It looks a lot like Return of the Jedi sometimes, like with the throne room fight with Kylo and Rey, and Snoke getting chopped in half and all of that. It looks like the throne room scene with Vader and Luke in Return of the Jedi, and I love that about it. The reds, the blues, the white snow, salt planet thing. It's awesome. I love that stuff. It's the other disrespectful things in it, because Ryan wrote it. And Ryan is not a good writer. He's just not. I don't remember if he wrote Looper. I think he did. But Looper was his kind of film. Whereas I've seen things like Knives Out. I absolutely despise Knives Out. I think it sucks. I think it's garbage. It's not even that great in its direction, you know? That movie is so boring and stupid. I think what offended me and most fans more was not only the disrespect in the Last Jedi script, but also the condescension afterward. All the name-calling from Disney as a company towards the fandom who made it what it was. All of the accusations that couldn't have been the possibility with not even 2 years before that with Force Awakens. Rian Johnson is a joke. The dude lied. He's not a Star Wars fan. He kept saying he was, but he constantly would get trivia wrong about the movies when he would bring them up in interviews and stuff, when people would ask him questions. If it wasn't something very basic, he was clueless. Rian Johnson just flat out lied to everybody. He's not like J.J. Abrams, where J.J. Abrams is clearly a Star Wars diehard fan. J.J. Abrams will tell you he's not a Star Trek guy. He was more of a Star Wars guy. Came through. You can debate on what you think about his Star Wars or Star Trek movies, but at least he told you, like, hey, this wasn't my ideal project. I'm glad he got those Star Trek jobs, because it eventually got him the Star Wars job that I think he did great with. For the most part. Not always, but for the most part. But I appreciate Ryan as a director. I think he's a good, talented director. It's his writing that's the problem. But Ozymandias and The Fly, from what I remember, they were good episodes. I think it's a little crazy that Ozymandias has a 10 out of 10 IMDb rating. I looked that up after you said that in your comment the other day. And I was like, wow, that's insane to me that got that kind of rating. But Breaking Bad is good, man. Breaking Bad is a good show. All right, number 2, any new movies you are looking forward to? I've heard a lot of good things about FNAF. I'm hoping that FNAF is good. I know Completionist said it was good. I think BD Horror said it was good. G&G said it was good. A lot of people I've talked to and that I kind of focus with, or even pay attention to on the internet, seem to think the FNAF movie is good. I'm not a diehard. I like certain elements of the franchise, but I'm not a diehard, you know? Never played the games before, just watched Markiplier play them over and over again. But aside from that, what else is there? I'm currently watching the new Hell House movie on Shudder. It came out last night, I want to say October 30th, on a Friday. It's called Hell House. It's either LLC Origins, the McDonald home or something like that, or it's just Hell House Origins, something like that. But it's the 4th one of the series. And so far, I'm like a little over halfway through it. I think it is the 2nd best of the series so far, so I'm impressed. I started watching Insidious 5, and I liked what I saw. I think I made it through 20 minutes of my rental, and then I got busy and I couldn't finish the movie for the next couple of days. So I really want to get a DVD copy of that because I'm a huge Insidious diehard. I'm hoping that's going to be really good. What's some other stuff? I don't really think there was anything else I'm looking forward to right now that I know was even coming out. Terrifier 3 got some news. It said that it's... apparently it's going to be a Christmas slasher, possibly, according to a supposedly leaked poster, and I am stoked about that. If you haven't seen that poster yet, man, you guys got to look that up. It's like Art the Clown with a big old bloody axe in front of a tree that has like faces in it, and then he has a Santa Claus mask around his neck, but it's not just a mask, it's actually Santa's face. Dude, it is so cool. I love that poster. I cannot wait for Terrifier 3. I'm assuming it'll be out by like Halloween next year or something, but man, I cannot wait for that. Those are the big things I'm looking forward to. Obviously, not even many mainstream things. Not looking forward to this stupid Friday the 13th Camp Crystal Lake Pamela Voorhees show. I couldn't care possibly less about that. It's a bummer. It's a bummer, but that's the case, man. Okay. Number 3, what's your favorite new movies from the last 2 years? Man, I saw something the other day that was so good. What was it? Saw X was good. I thought that... What was another series movie that just came out recently? Let me think for a second. There was something else that came out. Spirit Halloween was okay, like I said. I'm going to bring up my IMDb really quick. From the last 2 years specifically, Cobweb was good. VHS 85 was okay. I wasn't in love with it like I was 99 the year before, but I thought VHS 99 and 85 were good. I tried Jeepers Creepers 3 and 4 recently. 3 was not as insulting as I expected it to be. It wasn't good, but it wasn't insulting like the newest one was. Reborn from like 2 years ago was horrible. I couldn't believe how bad Reborn was. If you haven't seen Jeepers Creepers Reborn, don't do that to yourself. I saw a movie called The Vigil from a few years ago. It was 2019, and that was above average. I was very impressed. Basically, there's a guy who is like a Jewish, I don't want to say a shaman, that's probably a different religion, but he's like a Jewish vigil guy where basically when somebody dies, the family invites somebody to come over and just sit by the dead body over the night, I guess pray over it, just watch over it, whatever. And he had quit doing that for a living to try to leave the organization, the Jewish faith, whatever. And at the last minute at nighttime, they need him to try to step in and do it, and he needs money pretty badly, so he does it. And a lot of horrifically creepy things start to happen to him. Very much like another movie that I think is really good too I saw recently from like 2016 called The Autopsy of Jane Doe. If you've not seen those, they're excellent horror films, both. But I think Autopsy of Jane Doe was genuinely great. The Vigil was above average and good. Does it make sense? To me it does. What else do I have here? I saw a Chris Rock and Adam Sandler movie from 2018 on Netflix recently. I don't know if it's a Netflix exclusive, but I'd never heard anybody talk about it. It's called The Week Of, and it's like they both are about to become like a family because Chris Rock's son is marrying Adam Sandler's daughter. And that was such a cute, fun movie, man. I cannot believe people didn't like that film at all. I haven't heard anybody ever mention it. I had a blast. I laughed all the way through it. It was kind of like a Christmas Vacation, but not during Christmas time. If you like comedy, definitely a good one. Not modern day Adam Sandler either. It was kind of like a mixture of comedy and drama, but not really like drama. Just like mild family comedy show drama. Almost like a sitcom, but a bigger budget. Like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia type of thing. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic, man, even though it's a 2018 movie. I saw Psycho Goreman when I was in Tennessee, and that was pretty solid, man. Pretty impressive about two kids befriending like an alien demon spirit thing. That was okay. It's on Shudder in case you want to watch it. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to find something that I could promote. I saw Malum, or Malum. I think it's Malum, because the villain in the movie is called John Malum. It's a remake of a movie from 2014 called Last Shift, but Malum came out last year in 2020, or no, it came out this year, 2023. Basically, a lady is working on her first night as a cop. She's working in an abandoned police station where they basically have her by herself as security for the night. And it may or may not be a haunted police station that's abandoned. And it's really solid. I'm not sure if I like Malum or the original movie Last Shift more, but Malum is a remake from the director and writer of the original movie Last Shift. So there's a lot of changes, but a lot of similarities. Both are really good, in case you haven't seen them. But Malum was cool. I liked it. There was a 2020 film I saw recently on Shudder from the director of The Strangers, and I thought it was so good. It was called The Dark and the Wicked. It was about a brother and sister who are going back to their parents' house in like the woods, very far away from where they live, and their dad is on his deathbed. He's having the death rattle breathing and stuff. And The Dark and the Wicked is basically about them trying to take care of their dad while some kind of creepy things are happening, some supernatural stuff, some really sad moments are in it. The ending is a little bad. It just kind of ends, which is a bummer, but the movie itself, the atmosphere, dude, you have not seen a movie like that in so long. I'm telling you, it was amazing. Obviously, Terrifier 2 I was a massive fan of as well. Trying to see if there's anything else I can think of, man. I saw Knock at the Cabin, the new Shyamalan movie from, I think it was, this year, 2023. That was pretty good. I was very impressed. I haven't read the book from Paul Tremblay, but I heard this was good, and I checked it out, and I liked it a lot. I saw Renfield. Renfield was really rough. If the Aquafina crap had been cut out of it, that would have been a lot better as a movie. Just saying. I think that's about all I've got for movies that came out in the last 2 years, man. I saw Samaritan with Stallone from Amazon Prime. That was pretty good. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was just good. Something to watch. And that's pretty much all I saw, man. Creed 3. Creed 3 was the bomb, dude. If you love Rocky movies and you haven't caught up with the Creed series, dude, you need to. It was so freaking great. Anyway, my video on YouTube restarted. Now I gotta go back. Oh god, now I have to go back and find the freaking, the comment that I left on with Zoe. Sorry, dude. I'm gonna try my best to get there as fast as I can. Let's see. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go on to your another question, Zoe. Number 4, any other books you've been reading as of now? Well, I've kind of got them over here on the end of the... Okay, I don't have my one book over here. I have that on the table, but I have a couple right over here. I started reading Night of the Living Dummy 3 again, because I wanted to. I finished up reading House of Shivers, which I did the review on. I've been reading some H.P. Lovecraft recently, kind of off and on. I'm kind of finding myself more and more not liking Lovecraft, just because I think it's boring, you know? I just want something to happen. A lot of the time his stuff are more about the atmosphere than the actual events, and it is what it is. But I find myself being very wish-washy about the guy. I've been reading the Strange Tales of Solomon Kane from Robert E. Howard. Dude, Solomon Kane is amazing. I'm so glad I listened to Razor Fist and started checking out that stuff. I asked my wife to get me for my birthday next week. I asked her to get me the Conan the Barbarian book, the first book of that big collection of all the stuff that Robert E. Howard did. But Solomon Kane so far is my favorite. He's awesome, man. He's this This guy that like hunts down people who do wrongdoings to other people, and he's like a Christian, a Puritan more than a Christian, but still, it's fantastic, man. If you haven't read Solomon Kane work, oh god, it's so freaking good. Excuse me. I'm also reading Stephen King's Salem's Lot. I think I briefly read pieces of it back in the day, and I don't think I ever finished the book as far as I know. But I'm reading it right now, and it's pretty solid for what it is, man. I'm not a big fan of it because it's basically Dracula, but Stephen King Dracula, which I don't like Dracula all that much, aside from the Bela Lugosi film. I'm not a big fan of Dracula. I think it's kind of a terrible, boring book after the first 100 pages or so. But, oh well. And number 5, do you have any favorite YouTube web series? If you're talking about like TV series, the closest thing I can come to are the Joker Diaries from back in the day, like when I was in middle school. This guy put on Heath Ledger, Joker, Batman makeup and stuff, and he did his own series of things. It was kind of cool. You also have the Never Hike Alone stories, which are basically Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th fan films. They're pretty impressive for the most part. I think Never Hike Alone 2 just came out, and I haven't seen it yet. But the first movie is like an hour and 10 minutes. I think the new one is an hour and 9 minutes or something. And they had a second one that was kind of like in between the two, and it was like 15 or 20 minutes, something like that. But it's pretty cool stuff, man. I'm very impressed with that. You know, if that's a web series, if you can call it that. But Zoe, anyway, thank you for watching, dude. Thank you for all your support over the years. God bless you and happy Halloween, dude. Even though your Halloween was yesterday, like you were telling me in a comment on, what was it, on my video? I think it was on my video. I saw you say that. But anyway, good old Zoe. MAKG13, MacG13. What's your favorite Goosebumps series? Probably the OGs, like I was saying in my part 1. Hunter Coleman, 460. Hunter, I see you all the time in my comments, man. Thank you for being here. God bless you, man. Happy Halloween. Number 1, what do you think of the Goosebumps community as a whole, Michael? I loved it before the 2023 show divided everybody. As I said in my part 1 Q&A, I had a great time. It used to be so much fun, and now it just seems like everybody's at each other's throats politically. Same thing that happened with Star Wars, man. Just frustrating and annoying, man. But overall, it's usually really great. I never usually have issues with people. You have a bad faith actor come in with some nonsense every once in a while, but you just have to, tear into them. They can't handle it. They usually emotionally can't handle it because they all suffer magically from anxiety or something. I don't know. It's hilarious to watch them, collapse. Number 2, how would you fix the new show? Make it an anthology, like I said in my part 1 Q&A. Number 3, what do you think of Shivers and Spine Tinglers? I have about 5 Shivers books over here, or over there, and I haven't read them yet. I need to get around to that. I think that's going to be my goal in 2024. I have a bunch of books over here, like a stack of 3 different stacks of books, as a matter of fact. Probably maybe 60 books that are somewhere between 100 pages to like maybe 400, I want to say, for every book. And I want to read through all of those. I want to try to get them done next year. Just burn through them, maybe not even review them, just read them. And I don't know, we'll see what happens, but I would like to do that next year and get it out of the way. But I have so many games and stuff I want to play, I can't promise that'll be how I do it. But I need to read more. I need to get the stuff out of the way. And if I'm not going to like it, I need to get it out the door. If I'm not going to spend time reading it, it needs to go. So, trying to do that more often. But Shivers, I want to check out because it genuinely looks like it'd be something really cool. And I like the covers for them, too. Spine Tinglers, I haven't checked out. I don't know anything about it. I have some friends, I think, who read it. Like, Completionist, I think, reads it. And I think Monster Blood read it. But not so much yours truly. But Hunter Coleman, thank you for being here, man. Again, happy Halloween. God bless you. Have a good one, dude. My boy Yasuki just said congratulations. Thank you, man. Appreciate you all your support. Like I said to Steven Chavez, thank you both for being here for so long. I'm sorry if our conversations get kind of repetitive sometimes, but thank you for being here, All right. Oh, sweet. We got the last 3 here. And one of them, or 2 of them, are from the same person. So, number 1, Mercel and Averdi, 3111. I'm sorry, I'm bad, dude, with these names. If that's even a name. Do you want from 0 to 4,000 subscribers? Does congratulations, man. I've been watching you since 2021. Dude, thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for all the support and the care and the comments and everything. It's crazy how fast the channel grew. It's really If you think about it, we're going on 5 years now. It's been roughly almost 1,000 subscribers a year, which to me is incredible for my kind of boring, unedited content. I'm shocked by that. Personally, I'm just amazed people are sticking around that way. But it's a great blessing, man. I'm really surprised by how many people actually stuck around who still like to watch the videos, watch old videos. When I see the numbers of view count on my channel just increase faster and faster from back in the day, it's kind of shocking, honestly, if I'm being honest with you. But thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. And God bless you. Happy Halloween. Always Ryder. He's the one that put the last two, or technically the first two comments on the video back in the day when I uploaded it like 10 days ago. All-time favorite Goosebumps book. Probably wanted The Haunted Mask. If I'm being honest with myself with how many times I reread it all the time, for the longest time it's been yearly, that's an amazing read, man. For me. It's not for everybody, but it's definitely for me. What age did you start reading or watching Goosebumps? Again, probably about 6, 7, 8 years old, somewhere in there. It was somewhere in that ballpark because it changed my life. That's around the time when your life really starts to change, when you really start to find the things that interest you the most in life. You have a lot of other interests, but that's really the time when I started finding out what I really loved, what I clinged to, which was horror, horror movies, that kind of thing. The final thing he said was W. Congratulations. I guess the W is for the win. But thank you, man. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for your support. I see your comments a lot on the channel, always Ryder. And appreciate you for being here, man. God bless you. Have a great Halloween. Thank you for being a part of this. Now, before I end, I'm going to refresh the page one more time and see if anybody else had posted anything since this morning. It looks like we only have one. Okay, Boggle303 put one up 2 hours ago. I guess when I was recording the first part 1 thing. Happy Halloween and congrats on the 4K subs. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate you for being here. If you were going to order a pizza right now, what place would you get it from and what toppings would you get? Man, why you gotta put me on the spot like this? Okay, the reason I say that is because my pick is going to make everybody cringe, everybody's going to mock me, everybody's going to call me cheap, and I promise it's not like that. I genuinely believe that, for me, if I had to right now order a new pizza to come to my house, I probably wouldn't be able to order it, I'd probably have to go get it, because it'd be Little Caesars. There's a lot of reasons for this. Please hear me out. Don't turn the video off yet, guys. Little Caesars, to me, is wonderfully cheap. It's like less than $6 for a pizza. If you get like an extra bestest cheese pizza, I think is what it's called, with the extra cheese on it, it's like $7.50. It's like $7.50 for that pizza, and it's wonderful. I love it. I like the crust. If you get some like cheese bread, the crazy Italian cheese bread or whatever, all that stuff is really good. But their pizza, I just go straight cheese, dude. I don't do anything else. Some companies I do other things, like a buffalo chicken pizza or something. But I mainly stick with just cheese. If somebody offers it, I do stuffed crust cheese, but that's not good at Little Caesars. At Little Caesars, I just do a straight up regular cheese pizza, or I do the pretzel cheese pizza, which is really good as well. But it's not because I'm cheap, I swear to God. It's just because it's really close to where I live, but also I just really like it. I like it more than Pizza Hut. I like it more than Papa John's. I like it more than whatever other place we have. Domino's. To me, it's the best. I think it has less seasoning and stuff on it that just kind of make it a perfectly even smooth pizza. But yeah, that's what I would go with, is an extra bestest cheese pizza, which is like the premium cheese pizza from Little Caesars. I would do that because it's good and because I have no shame. Anyway, that is my pizza pick. Let's refresh one more time and see if anybody says anything else. Yeah, Boggle's the last one. Boggle, thank you for being here too. Thank all of you for being here. Thank you for a wonderful Halloween so far. I'm sorry that this Q&A took 4 hours to do, but I'm a rambling man, so what did you expect? There ain't no way somebody's going to sit through 4 hours of me rambling to find out the answers to these questions. So maybe next time, I'm going to be honest with you, we had so many comments this time around, I'm going to have to wait until like the day of and then make a list of the best questions or something, just because it's getting to the point where I have so much stuff here that like I can't do 4-hour videos every time I get another 1,000 subs. So sorry about that. Sorry for the hassle, guys. It's my anniversary today. I'm going to go hang out with my wife and watch some stuff with her, enjoy some time with my beautiful, beautiful wife. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you for the 4,000 subs. I think as of right now, we're like 4,110 subs or something like that. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys rule. Thank you so much for being a part of my life, and thank you for bringing me into the Goosebumps community, sharing my videos, watching my videos, whatever. I don't know why you do, but I appreciate you guys. And hopefully we can have some more ideas and videos and stuff to talk about in the future. I don't know. Anyway, thank you all for watching, guys. God bless you all. Happy Halloween once again. And yeah, appreciate you guys. Hopefully you're doing well. And yeah, let me know down in the comment section down below if you enjoyed the answer to your question or the rambling to your question. Whatever you got, let me know. Anyway, thank you guys. God bless you again. Goodbye.